Hey everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back. In this video, I am back with more brand new goodies from Simon Says Stamp from their latest release. They sent these over for me to create with, and I couldn't be more excited because I absolutely love this. This means I love you so much, and I love this so much. We have a die with the shadow layer. I'm excited to get really colorful with this today. Plus, we have some coordinating stamps. So we actually have the I love you so much stamp, but we have some sub-sentiments as well. So we have I think about you every day, you make me so happy, I can hardly wait, I made you this card, you're all that I need, just so you know, don't ever change, and I love you so much. That's so fun. Okay, so what I want to do is we are going to do another installment of the Beat the Clock series. If you missed my last video, I am explaining how when you watch a video from me, it might look like it's just 15 minutes long, but behind the scenes, as I am deciding on colors and style for my cards, it takes me much longer. So I'm going to give you a true time of what this card is going to take me. We are going to set this to 1 hour and see if I can make this card within the hour, which I think I can. My idea for this card seems pretty simple, so I think I can do this fairly quickly, but I wanted to give you a good estimate of what this card is truly taking me in terms of time instead of what you see in the edited down version. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to set this to 1 hour, and then what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to start making all of my decisions. So now that it's set, I'm going to go and decide on the colors that I want to use to bring this card together. Okay, I have my mini die cut machine here, and I also have the colors that I want to use to bring this card together. Now I am looking at a very nice powder blue for my card base, and then for all of my letters, I have 5 letters. I picked 5 different colors of cardstock. I just went through my cardstock scrap bin to bring this together. I encourage you to look through your scraps because this isn't going to take much in terms of paper. So what I want to do next is I'm going to do a white shadow layer. So I do still need to grab some white, but let's go through and do all of our letters. And I want to be sure to also grab some type of tray to help keep all of my pieces in order. All right, I'm just going to grab this little heart tray to keep all of my little paper pieces in order. I want to do this color order. So first I'm going to do my little eye. I'm going to cut these out 3 times so I can really build some dimension on this card. So let me do something like this. Okay, and then I will go ahead and send these on through. Now it's going to be hard just to get one letter, so I will try to just focus on cutting out the letter that I want and tossing the rest, or saving them if you want to create more than one card. All right, so I did 3 layers of the shadow layer, and I did 3 layers of each of the letters. So we are good to go to start gluing. We are done with this, which I can put away. And now comes all the gluing, which is a little bit tedious, you'll see on the clock, but we'll get it all done. So I'm going to use a precision tip bottle here. Again, this is going to be my card base, so I'm keeping it out for color palette. And first what I want to do is glue all my letters together. So I'm going to do this, but also grab some tweezers and use the tweezers to help me keep these little die cuts pinched, but also to position them. So because we're using liquid glue, we're given some time to shift those into position. Oops, do that a little bit better. Pinch them into place, move them around. There we go. I forgot that I made myself some tea to enjoy. So I will not make you watch all of the gluing in real time, but I will fast forward it so you can see the process, but also enjoy watching that clock tick down. All right, so I am finishing up all of my gluing. We are about 20 minutes into this card in real time, including picking out cardstock. So what I want to do next, I was kind of thinking through as I was gluing what I want to do with, and I'm going to go ahead and just remove these. They're good to go. I'm just setting these under acrylic block just to flatten them as they dry. What I think I'm going to do is something kind of fun on this card base. This also is from Hobby Lobby. I just put some hearts on it in case you're wondering. It'll save me some time answering in the comments because I usually get questions about that, but they always have fun trinkets that you can use to hold your paper pieces. I'm going to trim this down before anything else. So I have my mini trimmer. I'm going to trim it to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then let me get an idea for size here. And the stamps, what I want to do here. That way I can see if I want to trim it down even farther, but I think I'm good to go just as is. I don't know. Oh, I can hardly stand it. That is cute. Okay, I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to bring in some of the same ink. So this is powder blue cardstock. I'm going to bring in the exact same ink, but I'm also going to sneak all of these under only because I want to do something a little messy potentially. So I don't want these to get icky. So we're just going to protect those there. All right, so ink and then maybe some white paint. And you know what? It's highly possible that I am going to completely toss this and start again. So I just want to see an idea come to life, but if I don't use it, I don't use it. Here is the corresponding ink, same color as my cardstock. I'm going to wet this down with some water. And what I want to do is keep in mind how big, I just want to get a little bit of visual interest here, but I want to keep it at roughly the same size and shape as my die cut. Okay, so it would be helpful, oh, there we go, to bring that in and just kind of play. Oh, I like that. Maybe extend a little bit up here. Okay, I like that. So we'll put these back. And what I'll do as well is maybe flick on some of the blue. I will wipe this up and then I'm just gonna clean this off really informally. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring this paint in. I like the tone on tone look there. It's nice and quiet, but it's gonna provide something. I'm gonna put a little bit of this, ooh, a lot of it. That's okay, I've had this for years and I haven't even scratched the surface, so a little bit of waste is gonna be okay here. Let me grab, I'm just gonna grab a scrap piece that I have on hand just to test. Love it, okay. And these, again, this is super subtle, but it's just providing a little visual interest. And the secret is knowing when to stop. So I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna set this to the side and I'll clean it. And oh my goodness, if I shouldn't have done this first, because now I'm going to have to accommodate for drying time. I might grab a heat tool just to zap that so that I can get to finishing up this card. So let's do that. All right, I think that will be good. And in the meantime, while that is still drying just a little bit, I will go ahead and glue all of these pieces on. So I think it'll be best to do some tweezers here to help me place all of these. And you're just going to tuck them into the shadow so you'll see where they go. Just like that. And you can do it in any order. Honestly, on some die cuts, I find it much easier to start in different areas. So just for placement and centering wise. So if you want to start, let's see, which way does this go? Let me look at the picture. Oh, this is kind of like, so interesting. Okay, I'll do that. So any way that you want to do this to get it lined up is perfectly fine. So I love you so much. Okay, doing good on time still. Now what I want to do is think about my sub-sentiment. Oh, I love that. That looks so great. It's gonna be so pretty on that. I love this color combination. This is fun. Okay, I want to think about my sub-sentiment. And one thing I was thinking of is if I should have stamped it out. Actually, that'll be fine if I should have stamped it out before I did all the spatter, but I think it's gonna be okay now that it has dried. That spatter in the beginning when I was doing it looked like it was going to be a little too dimensional, like it was kind of raised up, but I think we're gonna be all right. So what I wanna do here is I'm going to, let me tape this further down. I'm gonna have to just secure this because it's drying. Well, it's dried, but as it dries, sometimes when you do water, it gets a little funky. Okay, I want to put this down here. And then I liked the, I can hardly stand it. I think that's so cute. And I want to do it up on the top. So I might even bring this down just a hair. I like the placement of all of that. Let me grab my stamp, place it where I would like it, and I actually don't have a ton of spatter right behind there, so that was a blessing. That's great. Might move it. No, I'm gonna leave that. Okay, let's move this. Make sure that's lined up nice, which I think it is. Bring that up, get everything into position. I'm just gonna use a nice black ink. I'm also gonna pray too, because I spent some, well, not a ton of time on that backdrop, but I really like how it turned out, so I don't wanna redo it. Okay, I can hardly stand it. There. And I'll double stamp it just for some nice contrast. I'm just lightly pressing down, however, on the stamp when I go to stamp it, so it doesn't kind of smudge out. Not smudge, that's not the right word. Woo! Ooh, that looks great. So it doesn't kind of press and become too bold, if that makes any sense at all. It makes sense in my head. All right, now clean off and save my stamp. I have my scoreboard here. I have 110-pound cardstock. I'm going to do a white backdrop because it'll just balance out all the color, and I want to keep the focus on the card. And what I'm going to do is I have this at 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Did I do that right? I did. I rarely make landscape cards. Rarely. They're not my favorite. But there are times when the design just calls for it, and it's going to be perfect for this card. Do I have something on my mat? Or, oh, I do right there. It's okay. Actually, I'll make it this way so that we cover that up. But let's clean that off real quick. It was just from my lid to my ink. Okay, no problem. Grab magnet. And I'm going to add some foam tape to the back of this to also strengthen it, but give it a little boost. So I will add about, well, let's do 4 strips because it'll really strengthen and straighten the panel from the water and the heat. Love that. Then with my little pokey tool, I'm just going to bring up the liners so I don't ruin my nails. And let's place this down. Okay, that's pretty straight. So we'll cover up all those whoopsies, no problem, from that ink on my mat. And there we go, and that panel's just straightened right back out. Okay, with some tweezers, I'm going to grab a hold of this die cut, grab some glue, and we'll place this right on down as well. There we go. I'm gonna do there. I like how the dip of the Y is dipping down in between the S and the M. Looks so good. Okay, and then let's add some sequins to bring this all together. I wonder if this sequins would be pretty. Yes and no. Yes and no. I think I'll do a simple dewdrop here just to add the texture but not take away from the card and all the color we have going on. So what I think I will do is I'm going to do my trio down below. Let's do a duo Let's do a duo here, 1 and 2, and then my trio down here to bring some length to the card. There we go, because then it's going to kind of equalize my margins, make that center a little bit more. And then I'll grab 1, and then once these dry, they will dry clear, but right now they're going to be foggy and take on the white glue from underneath. And there. Okay, I love that. That's very fun, and it keeps the color focus on the letters. It's not too distracting, but it offered definitely another fun element at the end. All right, 22 minutes left. Was that the exact same as last time? Did I do a card in 38 minutes again? That might be my sweet spot. I'm not sure. We'll have to see as this series goes on how long it's truly taking me to do these cards. I know I go over an hour quite a bit behind the scenes, but look at that dimension there. Isn't that just fun? And it's so simple. If you didn't want to take the time to do that though, you could add just foam adhesive on the back, but look how pretty and sleek that looks when you layer the die cuts. I love it. All right, everyone, give this a thumbs up if you're enjoying the Beat the Clock series. I certainly am. It's been really fun to see the difference between how long it's truly taking me and how long the video ends up being, and I think it's super fun. Everything that I'm using is going to be linked below as well, so if you click on the title of the video, you can see everything that I used to bring this card together, and I will see you all in the next video.